I went to school with this kid named Ethan, who was on the quiet side, but honestly didn't seem too weird at first. We were both in the same grade, sat near each other in homeroom, and he'd occasionally nod when I'd crack a joke or ask about homework. There was really nothing standout, you know? Just another face in the crowd of awkward teens trying to survive high school. But as the months went on, I started noticing little things. He'd stare off into space during lunch, like he was listening to someone who wasn't there. Or he'd flinch at nothing, rubbing his arms as if something cold had brushed against him. I figured it was just anxiety or family stuff. My own home life wasn't exactly picture perfect, so who was I to judge? One day after school, we ended up walking the same way home. It was one of those gray autumn afternoons where the wind bites a little too hard and the leaves crunch under your feet like brittle bones. Ethan didn't say much at first, but then he turned to me and asked, out of nowhere, "Do you believe in ghosts?" I laughed it off, thinking he was messing around. Nah man, that's movie stuff. Why? Ethan stopped walking, his eyes darting around like he was checking if we were alone. "Because there's one in my house," he whispered, "and it looks just like me." That hooked me. I mean, who wouldn't be curious? Ethan wasn't the type to make up wild stories for attention. He barely spoke to anyone. So I pressed him, and he told me about this old Victorian house his family rented on the edge of town. It had been empty for years before they moved in, and from day one, weird things happened. Doors creaking open on their own, whispers in the walls that sounded like his own voice echoing back. But the worst was the figure he'd see in the mirrors or out of the corner of his eye, a boy his age, same height, same messy brown hair, same freckles across the nose. "It's not trying to scare me," Ethan said, his voice trembling just a little bit. "It's like it's trying to be me." I didn't buy it completely, but the way he said it sent a chill down my spine. Psychological stuff like that messes with you, you know? Makes you question what's real. A few days later, he invited me over to prove it. His parents were out for the evening, and the house was this looming, creaky beast with peeling paint and windows that rattled in the breeze. Inside, it smelled like dust and old wood, the kind that clings to your clothes. We hung out in his room upstairs, playing video games to kill time. But as the sun dipped low, the atmosphere shifted. The air got heavier and colder, like someone had cranked the AC even though it was off. That's when I heard it, a soft murmur from the hallway, like someone mumbling under their breath. Ethan froze, his controller slipping from his hands. "That's it," he said, barely audible. "That's him." My heart started pounding, but I tried to play it cool. Probably the wind or pipes or something. We crept to the door, and there, at the end of the hall, was the bathroom light flickering on its own. Ethan grabbed my arm, his grip ice cold. "Don't go in there. He shows up in the mirror." Curiosity won out over common sense. I shook him off and walked down the hall, the floorboards groaning like they were protesting every step. The bathroom was small, tiled and faded yellow, with a cracked mirror above the sink. I flipped the switch. Nothing happened at first, just my own reflection staring back, looking more freaked out than I wanted to admit. Then, the bulb hummed to life, and for a split second, I swear my reflection, it lagged. Like, it didn't move when I did. I blinked, and it was normal again, but my skin was crawling, that prickly feeling like someone was standing right behind me, breathing on my neck. Back in the room, Ethan was pacing, muttering to himself. He wants to switch places. That's what he always says in the whispers. "Let me in. Let me be you." I tried to calm him down, but the unnerving part was how it started messing with my head. Every shadow in the corner looked like a figure. Every creak sounded like footsteps circling us. We decided to crash on the floor, but sleep? Forget it. Around 2 a.m., I woke to Ethan sitting up, staring at the closet door. It was ajar, and from inside, I heard it. A voice, faint but clear, repeating Ethan's name over and over in a tone that matched his exactly. It was like a recording, but alive. Ethan bolted up and slammed the door shut, but it swung open again on its own. "See?" he hissed. "He's getting stronger." That night blurred into this psychological nightmare. I'd catch glimpses, a handprint on the window that wasn't there before, fogging up like breath. Ethan started talking to the air and arguing with it. "No, you're not me. Stop saying that." I wanted to run, but leaving him felt wrong. By dawn, we were both exhausted, paranoia gnawing at us. Ethan looked at me with hollow eyes and said, "What if he's already inside one of us? How would we know?" Things escalated after that. Ethan stopped coming to school. I text him, but his replies were off, short and cryptic, like he's closer now or mere lies. I went back to the house one evening, pounding on the door until it creaked open. The place was trashed, furniture overturned, mirrors shattered everywhere. Ethan was in his room, rocking back and forth and whispering. I let him in. I had to. Before I could react, he lunged at me, eyes wild, screaming that I was the ghost, that I'd been haunting him all along. I fought him off and ran, calling the cops from down the street. They found the house, but it was empty. No sign of Ethan, no struggle, just those broken mirrors reflecting endless nothing. They said he must have run away, but I knew better. The whispers followed me home. At first they were subtle, my name in the wind, a shadow in my peripheral vision. Then, one night, I looked in my bathroom mirror, and there he was, Ethan, staring back with my eyes, smiling like he'd won. But here's the twist that still keeps me up. As I backed away, shattering the glass in panic, I realized the face in the shards wasn't mine anymore. It was Ethan's. And the whispers? They were my own voice now, begging to be let out. Turns out, I wasn't the one being haunted. I was the ghost all along. I was trapped in his body since that first night at the house. And Ethan? He escaped by letting me think I was him. And now I'm waiting for the next curious friend to come along, so I can finally switch places.